Times where it was just her and I by ourselves, and I'm making jokes and she's laughing, and there was nothing about the situation that felt forced. She seemed, again, that they had done this before, that this was a routine. None of this felt new to her.
Cassie may have thought her chapter with Diddy was closed, but a new twist is pulling her right back in. And this time, it could be serious. According to recent court chatter, Cassie might not have just been a victim. She could have played a part in everything going on. For years, people saw her as the brave one who escaped and stood up for herself. But now, there are claims suggesting she may have known more than she let on. Some legal documents and insider statements are starting to surface. And her name is showing up alongside Diddy's in connection to some serious accusations. It's not just rumors. These are legal filings, sealed records, and first-hand accounts that are now painting a much more complicated picture. If any of this holds up, Cassie's reputation, trustworthiness, and even her legal standing could be in real trouble. And what's worse, a lot of this dates back to when she was constantly seen with Diddy, attending parties, and allegedly helping keep certain things under wraps.
We can expect attorneys for Mr. Combs to try to poke holes into the account of Cassie, saying that she was a willing and active participant in these freak-offs.
Let's take a step back for a moment. Not long ago, Cassie shocked everyone when she filed a major lawsuit against Diddy. It wasn't just gossip, it was serious. She accused him of years of control, abuse, and forced situations. Within just one day, the case ended in a private settlement rumored to be around $30 million. That quick payoff raised eyebrows. There was no long courtroom fight, no public statements from Diddy denying anything. People took that as a sign something big was being covered up. Suddenly, Cassie was seen as a hero. Social media praised her. Other accusers started coming forward. Her case kicked off a wave of lawsuits and helped push federal investigators to take a deeper look into Diddy's world. She went from being just another ex to the face of courage. But that story is now taking a sharp turn. A man named Clayton Howard, once closely connected to Diddy on Cassie, has stepped into the spotlight. He wasn't just part of the background. He claims he worked with them during their wildest times, and says Cassie wasn't just along for the ride, she was running the show. Clayton says Cassie arranged the meetings, booked hotel rooms, paid people, and even told him to stay quiet. He gave this information in a legal deposition, but strangely, his testimony never made it into court. Prosecutors left it out, likely to protect Cassie's case. But now that Diddy caught a small legal break, that hidden information is leaking. And suddenly, Cassie's image as a survivor is being questioned.
How do you feel about people saying that you're a clout-chasing lawyer?
Just like I answered that woman's question earlier, I'm not speaking as the symptom for the gag order. It's all good.
Here's where things start to get complicated. Tyrone Blackburn is a lawyer who's been leading some of the biggest cases against Diddy. He represents several people, including a producer named Lowrod who made serious accusations. But here's the twist: Tyrone also used to represent Clayton Howard, the man who says Cassie was deeply involved in organizing some of the same questionable things she accused Diddy of doing. According to Clayton, when he tried to speak out about Cassie, his lawyer, Tyrone, told him to stay quiet. Why? Because Cassie was too important to the other cases Tyrone was handling. She was the key figure, the one whose story gave the other lawsuits strength. If her credibility was damaged, those other cases could fall apart. So, Clayton claims his own lawyer stalled him on purpose to protect the bigger strategy. That's a serious accusation. It suggests the lawyer was choosing which stories were safe to tell, not based on truth, but based on what helped his legal plan. Eventually, Clayton got tired of being silenced. He fired Tyrone and filed his own lawsuit, bringing all of this out into the open. Now, the situation is shifting again. Clayton's claims are true. It could not only damage Cassie's image, but also shake up the entire legal fight against Diddy. And for the first time, people are beginning to wonder just how much of the story was being carefully managed behind closed doors.
People, they don't need to lie about Cassie to get a conviction against this guy. He's guilty anyway. So I'm not going to help them lie for Cassie to make this lie look better. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to speak about what she actually did to me, and people, I'm about to go public, because the truth is that the jury and the prosecution and the people deserve to know the truth about Cassie. This should not be held. This should not be hidden. It should not be buried so she's allowed to use an excuse that Diddy made me do it. When there's a man who sat in a room with her 8 years that can say, no, he did things to her, but he didn't do that. People, I'm not for Diddy. I'm fucking not for Diddy. And when you read this book, you'll realize there's no way I'm for Diddy. People, I'm telling them everything that he did, but I'm also telling them what Cassie did. Because a true man of truth tells the truth. He doesn't favor one side or the other.
Let's break down what Clayton Howard is now claiming in his lawsuit against Cassie, and it's serious. This isn't just someone trying to get attention. These are major accusations that, if proven true, could land someone in legal trouble, not just damage their public image. Clayton says Cassie didn't just know what was happening behind the scenes, she was leading it. According to him, she recruited him for sexual services and promised a glamorous lifestyle in return, things like designer gifts, luxury vacations, and access to high-end parties. But he says those promises were used to control him, not reward him. It gets worse. He claims Cassie gave him drugs, specifically high doses of MDMA, more than once, without his full agreement. That left him confused and vulnerable. On top of that, he says she physically kept him in a hotel, took his phone, and made sure he couldn't leave. Now, here's the disturbing part. These are the same types of things Cassie said Diddy did to her. If even some of Clayton's claims are true, it flips everything. The person seen as a survivor might have played a powerful, harmful role too. This isn't just gossip, it's a legal case with real consequences. And if Clayton has evidence, this could change how people view Cassie completely.
Gotta talk to you.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So, Love Loser came out, and I know that you talk a little bit about that journey for you.
Well, the journey was pretty long, but it was good, and I learned a lot. So, at this point, everything that you're gonna hear thus forward is the truth and just about my life. So it should be exciting.
I'm looking forward to hearing.
Thank you.
Cassie's situation just went from complicated to something that could land her in real legal trouble. Clayton Howard's lawsuit isn't just full of shocking claims, it's backed by a serious law. The Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act, TVPRA. This law lets people sue anyone who knowingly gained from trafficking, even if they didn't do the trafficking themselves. According to Clayton, Cassie didn't just know what was happening, she helped make it happen. He says she arranged for escorts, used Diddy's powerful connections, and enjoyed all the benefits. Fame, money, protection, and luxury. That's where it gets risky. Even if she didn't traffic anyone herself. Being involved in any part of it and gaining from it can get her dragged into court. She already received $30 million from Diddy in a private settlement. But now, people like Clayton are saying they suffered because of her actions. And if a judge agrees with that, he could go after that money. Others might come forward too, claiming Cassie played a role in their experiences. Public opinion can shift quickly. Right now, Cassie is seen as a survivor. But if enough voices come forward with strong evidence, that image could shatter. She could go from being praised to being blamed fast. So now the question is, was Cassie a victim, or was she more involved than we thought? Let us know what you think, because this story is far from over.